Hi, I'm Kevin with CenterPoint Archery. Today we're here to go through the assembly steps for you on the new Wrath 430 crossbow. Now that you've unboxed your Wrath 430 crossbow and have all your components laid out as shown here, we can begin the installation process. To do so, the first step is going to locate your cable slide and attach it to the riser of the bow. You'll notice on the cable slide there's a wider end and a narrower end. The wider end always faces back towards the buttstock or you as the shooter. To install this, you're going to snap it onto the cables as shown here on the right side of the bow with the wider end facing back. Now that that's ready, set that aside for a second. And take the body of the crossbow, and take your cable slide and slide it into the groove following the track there. Then take your joint cap pad, apply it over the front. Make sure it's seated all the way back. Then from there, you can marry the two halves together. Now that we've installed the riser assembly onto the rail, you're going to want to locate your riser bolt and the 3/16 Allen wrench. Take the riser bolt screw into the opening on the front of the riser and begin to tighten it down. Use the 3/16 Allen wrench to complete the process. Ensure it's snug. Once you have that installed, you want to turn the crossbow over and you'll locate the hole in the middle and insert the riser bolt locking screw using the provided 1/8 inch Allen wrench. And firmly seat that as well. Now that we have the riser and the body of the crossbow assembled together, we want to begin to install our stirrup. Flip the bow over, locate your stirrup. You'll notice there's a rib or a raised edge here. You want to make sure that's mounted flush up against the riser. From there, take your stirrup screws, along with your 5/32 Allen key, tighten those down. Now your stirrup is complete mounted to your bow. And locate the two halves, your two screws, along with the two nylon locking nuts. Insert the screws into the smaller portion, align them with the bracket itself, and lightly seat the nut with a nylon washer inside the halves, and just lightly finger tighten these two to get them started. From that point, you can mount it onto the Picatinny rail, and then using your 5/32 Allen wrench, you begin to tighten it down to make sure it's fully secured. Now that we have our quiver bracket mounted onto the lower Picatinny rail, the next step is to add the quiver to the bracket. First, open the locking lever, locate your quiver, slide the two pieces together, and lock it back into place. The next step in the installation process is to mount the scope onto the top Picatinny rail on your Wrath 430 crossbow. To do so, begin by loosening the thumb screws and affix to the most comfortable position on the Picatinny rail for you. Typical eye relief is anywhere from 3 to 4 inches. That allows you to custom tailor the position of the scope on top of the Picatinny rail for what suits you best. Once determined, lock those down firmly, but do not over tighten. And now your scope is installed on your Wrath 430 crossbow. Now that the scope is installed on your Wrath 430 crossbow, you're ready to take it out and get it sighted in. Prior to doing so though, please review the owner's manual and all the warnings that are in there to make sure you fully understand the operation of the Wrath 430 crossbow. For more information, go to CenterPointArchery.com.